that the difference between data and insights, or what is the difference between the two?
So to me, and I always tell the analysts on my team, right? To me, it's a 3-step process. Step 1 is data or information, right? That's like, if you think about today, we have so much data and they're all stored somewhere, right? The data is just extracting information out of whatever system those data are stored in, right? And that's actually, to be quite honest, not a high value add activity, because today with the technology, there's so many platforms and technology that can automating that away. So you don't, today perhaps you still need some sort of, a scripting or programming language to do that. But I will have no doubt that in the near future that will be automated away. Then once you have the data, the second piece is insight, right? So what is the data trying to say? There should be a direction. Is this good? Is this bad? Right? It shouldn't just be like, kind of a readout of just what the information is, because everyone can read themselves, right? So the insight is really about interpretation of data. Like I said, I always stress on there should be a direction, good or bad, or really, the variance, like we don't know, which is helpful. Occasionally I have many of these conversations where I just say, hey, the data says we don't know. So you now go make a call, right? Because your expertise now is going to be worth more, because there really isn't anything we can suss out from the data. And that's really helpful. So you don't give the false impression that the data is somehow precise or accurate, that you can get something when in fact it has a big variance, right? Then and that's, I would say, more value added, because not everyone can interpret it the right way. So if you can do it right, do it with the right insight, I think then that puts you in a category that is right, that your contribution will be higher, and it's harder to automate that away, right? Although I know there are technologies today, especially with AI, that are attempts to do that. And then the third piece is action, right, or recommendation. Basically, it has to be actionable. Otherwise, if you just stops at the insight, then we're no better than a research center, right? That just puts out studies that it's kind of interesting to know, but at the end of the day, we're here to run a business, and what does that translate to the business? So it has to have this action piece, which again, that's why it's important, where the ops piece comes in, right? You have, so to me, it's not just data and insight. It has to come to some sort of action of, okay, today we either stop doing this, or we need to do more of that, right? Or we need to do this new thing, but it has to be something that is actionable.